Hi, my name's Sam Baxter. I'm the winemaker and proprietor at Terra Valentine Winery. Terra Valentine was founded back in 1996 by Angus and Margaret Wurtle when they purchased the 35-acre Wurtle Vineyard located about 1,000 feet on Spring Mountain. A few years later, they bought the old Yverdon property on the top of Spring Mountain, and I started with them to redevelop that old property and began making the Terra Valentine wines, and that was 1999. Last fall, they sold the Yverdon property and kept the Wordle Vineyard, which we continue to source fruit from, and I bought the brand and we relocated to St. Helena, and that's where we are now in our new tasting room, which opened up in April. Today we're going to revisit one of my favorite vintages, the 2005 vintage, and we're going to try the Wurtle Vineyard Cabernet. The 2005 vintage started fairly early in March with bud break, and then we had a cool wet spring, and so it kind of stretched out the season a little bit. The summer was very moderate. We didn't have an excessive amount of heat, and then in the fall the season turned just perfect. I mean, we had great temperatures, very dry temperatures, and we were able to let the fruit hang out for a mid-October harvest with really nice flavor development. The Wordle Vineyard, which we're tasting today, was planted back in 1990 by the Raymond family, and it's all Clone 7 Cabernet, planted on really extreme rocky volcanic soils. This vineyard was where Terra Valentine started. It's where we sourced all of our Cabernet, and that's where we continue to source Cabernet today. So it's really been the foundation of our Spring Mountain District Cabernets. There's one section of the Wordle Vineyard that's always a little bit different. It's kind of this north-facing, really shallow, rocky section, and it always produces wine with a real distinct intensity and flavor profile that sets it apart from the other blocks in that vineyard. When it's young, it's really dark and tannic and structured, and it's really a wine that is that's built for the aging potential. And so it's really nice to try one of these wines as it's kind of after it's been in the bottle for a number of years to really see it start to open up. The fruit is very much still alive with this kind of really nice boysenberry and black mission fig, but there's a lot of the complexity is starting to show up. You're getting some cedar, some really nice vanilla and black currant, and there's a really nice deep earthiness, kind of a real lush sort of backbone to this wine that when it's young, it's really tight, and you can just see the core of this wine start to open up a little bit. Really bright, black fruit, nice kind of a dusty cocoa character. When this wine's young, it tends to have really kind of dark chocolate espresso, and as it ages, it starts to soften and round up, and now you're getting a little more of a dusty cocoa, almost kind of a chocolate-covered cherry going on it with really nice acid. And I think that the natural acidity we get from this block is really holding up, and it's really special to me. The 2005 vintage was the year my first son was born, Tommy, and so when we were blending this wine, definitely part of me was considering the longevity and that he might enjoy this wine from his birth year. When I was young, growing up here in Napa Valley, my dad, who began making wine in the 60s, saved quite a bit of wine from our birth years. And so I grew up drinking the wine that was made in 1976, the year I was born, and seeing how it was evolving. And I definitely look to see how this wine evolves as my son Tommy grows up. And I'd say that definitely right now it's showing well, and it's really starting to open up. But definitely has a long life ahead of it. I would say easily another 10 years. So if you have some of this in your cellar, you're looking good, and I think it can last quite a bit longer and should continue to evolve. Wow, it's just really opening up in the glass too, really nice. So yeah, 2005 Wurtle Vineyard, fun wine to visit now, and it's going to continue to get better. So I hope you enjoy. Cheers.